Welcome to the Junior High Set 3 tutorial. As you can hear in Mason's performance, he does a great job of really bringing out the character of this piece, not only through his rhythmic accuracy, but his ability to really play through all the harmonic progressions. A big key to that, as I'm going to mention in all of our videos, is that he's using the right technique to produce the right sound. So in addition to thinking about your rhythmic integrity, it's important that your body stays relaxed and in tune with what you need to do to create the best tone out of the instrument. So watch Mason just play the D major scale to get our ears warmed up to the sound that he's trying to focus on, and watch how relaxed his fingers are, just gently cradling the mallet. His forearms move naturally, but his wrist is the primary motivator. And so that's why his tone is consistent. He's being consistent here physiologically. So that's rule number one. So as we get into the piece, we have a roll right off the bat, but it leads into that G natural, D-om. So can you just try that for us, Mason, there on beat 3, A to the G, and then ra-dum, and lead into it. So you can hear his roll speed actually increases and then releases into the accent. One more time, sir. As opposed to the second to last bar, he has an E natural into the F sharp. So this is strong as a forte, and the F sharp is less. So he's doing that out of a roll. So his roll is actually going to slow down into the F sharp. Could you play that third full bar for us, Mason? E, F sharp. Do you hear how he's really tucking the F sharp in the resonance of the E, and he's slowing his hands down to do it? Something to keep in mind. And then maybe the biggest technical challenge is the very last bar of the first line, and that's jumping from the D down an octave to release on the D below that. So could you show us how you practice that, Mason? So did you see his eyes and his chin? While he's established tone on the D here, he's looking to establish his target, so he has plenty of time. I would recommend doing this. Turn it into rhythm first. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Can you try that in super slow motion to see how students would practice that? So you can see how he's planning ahead to let that left hand smoothly lift in plenty of time. And then as you get more comfortable, increase your roll speed until it's smooth. Great job, Mason. Now we have some patterns, 1 E and 2 E and 3, a 1 and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3, triple F 3 and. There are a lot of little jumps there melodically, but the rhythmic integrity is part of its playful character. 1 tite, 2 tite, 3 to 4 and 1 and a 2 E and a 3, triple F 4 and. So be sure that you keep the difference between a 16th note and a 16th note triplet super, super close. Could you just play that for us, Mason? Maybe measure 6, 1 tite, 2 tite, 3 to 4, and stop, just that bar. So you can hear how he distinguished between the 16ths and then the triplet that came after it. So compressed 16ths, 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4 to 1, and digga-da-gum, making sure you hear all 4 partials of that triplet. Great job. At letter A, now we have something I specifically wrote an accent because we're so high on the marimba. He's gonna bring out the accent, and he's gonna let his ear tell him how strong he can play on that top note. Everything else is a tenuto. So can you try that at letter A? And maybe just play that line, Mason. So on the F sharp, 1, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, stop at the mezzo piano. Now watch his sense of accent. So he's making sure he doesn't overplay the accent because he's in a high part of the instrument. And if you're not really paying attention to your touch, you might get a little bit of a poundy sound. Now, part of it is he's using a really strong mallet that speaks well in all parts of the instrument and this beautiful board and this beautiful environment that we're in. But his ear is what's allowing him to sound the way he does. Great, moving on. Let's move into letter B. We have a little bit of an homage to the beginning at a different pitch center. Now we're down a third. Can you go ahead and take it at letter B and show us through that lyrical portion? Octave, smooth release, triplet, 1, 3, roll, stop. So just that first idea there, and watch how he's navigating the smoothness of his rolls, and he still has a goal of getting to forte there at the top of page 2. And then he releases soft. Beautiful job. So even though there's some technical challenges there, you have octave jumps, you have rolls, he's still thinking about where does this take us? Is it a small idea or is it a large idea? I would say that this is a larger idea that he's keeping in his mind to make sure he releases after the forte. That sets us up all the way at C. Now C starts to infer a little bit of E minor, some arpeggio work here. And so let's play letter C on one note together. Let's go 1 and a 2 and 1 E and a 2 and 1 E and 2 E and triple. Let's stop. So we're going to play this all on E natural, and we're just going to play the rhythm. Just those 4 bars. 1 and a 2, and here we go. One more time. Ready and to go. So if that can be convincing, if we can compel the audience to hear that rise and fall with that rhythmic integrity, when he plays it as written, this is the result. That's why the priority should always be on rhythmic integrity, dialing in your y-axis, the axis that goes up and down before we start to worry about the geography and playing the right notes. Because remember, the right notes out of time are not really the right notes. Value rhythmic integrity and sound quality, and then we add the melodic component. Let's take the very last molto ritardando, please. Let's take this, this high A, 1 T theta, 2 T theta, 1, 2 to 1, all the way to the end. Listen to Mason, how he pulls back on the ritardando, and he ends up in a strong dyad with a clean roll release. Do you hear that little flare in the end? So we have the interval of a 6. The 6 is really final and open sounding. And so when he gets to that last 6, he starts it really cleanly, and then when he releases, he's got a little bit of push, giving a little bit of finality to the listener. So stay relaxed, make great sounds, honor all of the rhythmic integrity between the 8th notes, the 16ths, and the triplets all the way through. Great job on this, Mason.